Okay, The View. You probably have seen them on YouTube many, many times. And they're always going to get involved in some issue. They come into them almost with no understanding of what took place, and they just shoot their mouths off. It's good cannon fodder for the people who want to point out some of the hilarity in contemporary political opinion. This one is about the Ma'Khia Bryant case. And they're going to open their mouths, and you're going to think, oh no, you have got to be kidding me. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnnie Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnnie Walker Dread Show.
Okay, Whoopi, take her away.
A third-party investigation is being conducted by the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation, but even local police reform advocates like Don Lemon of CNN say there's more to this tragedy than some others we've seen. Take a look.
I thought it was Don Lemon or something like that. Don Lemon? Really?
People are anguished watching another video like this, and I get it. But even in our anguish, we cannot abandon the responsibility we have to be fair. And even while our hearts are hurting, we have to judge each incident based on what we see and the facts we know.
Holy cow. Don, what happened to you? This is anathema to BLM. You never want to judge an event on its own merits. Come on, Don, get with the BLM program here.
When I look at this video, I see police responding to a dangerous incident where someone is armed with a knife. Police have walked up on a situation. They need to figure out what's happening. Other lives are in danger. If we're going to...
Wait, other lives are in danger? You mean you're going to take into account the fact that there's another person that could be killed? Come on, Don, get with the BLM program. We don't do that. Come on.
To discuss this case, we need to be honest and use our common sense.
Honesty and common sense? Really? He ain't going to last long. They're going to shred him apart.
We cannot have a double standard. We have to acknowledge that police have jobs to do.
Whoa. You know what? You could tell they're just bristling with anger over a statement like that. Okay.
So, Joy, you were talking to Don Lemon about this last night, apparently. Tell us.
Well, he texted me because I mentioned this case yesterday in vis-a-vis the George Floyd case. And he said, you know, that the cop had no choice or something to that effect.
Or something to that effect. You could tell what the text was. Hey, Don, look at all this police brutality going on here. And she's disappointed that he didn't join in on the fun.
My feeling is, I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, you know what? Why don't you investigate? Then you can generate an informed opinion on what took place. So you don't have to say things like, I don't know if it was true or not.
I really can't figure it out anymore.
Okay, then if you can't figure it out, then maybe you're not the right person for the job.
I mean, it seems to me, in a situation, this is what it looked like to me, and I've looked at the tape and I still can't figure it out. Shoot the gun in the air?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Just shoot the gun in the air. If the air is attacking the girl in the pink, that's an excellent idea.
If there's a warning, tase a person, shoot them in the leg, shoot them in the behind.
Shoot him in the behind. Okay. That'll do it. Oh, you know, okay, to be serious here, the behind is probably the least sensitive part of the body. You could probably get shot in the behind and not even realize it for quite a while if you're enraged, which apparently Ma'Khia Bryant kind of was. Shoot him in the behind.
You know, stop them somehow, but if the...
Stop them somehow, like shooting them to stop the threat. That's how you do it.
Only solution is to kill a teenager. There's something wrong with this. There's something very, very wrong with the way these things are being conducted, even if the cop had to do it.
Even if the cop had to do it, he's still in the wrong.
There's something wrong with it.
Yeah, there's something wrong, even if he had to do it.
I I can't explain it any better than that. But he and I were going back and forth last night because he has a completely different view of this. But
Yeah, his view is called rational.
all I can say is we keep talking about this over and over again, and kids still keep getting shot.
Because they keep trying to stab each other. You see, it's not hard to understand. They keep getting shot because they keep doing things to get themselves shot. The solution? Don't do those things. And it doesn't matter about your race. I tell anybody of any race, don't do things to get yourself shot by the cops.
Just like it's like the gun issue in this country. People keep getting shot, and nothing ever gets done about it.
Oh, so she wants to talk about gun control, even though, guess what? Ma'Khia Bryant had a knife. But this is a gun control argument. Okay.
It's a very frustrating conversation to have. But I can't add much to it.
Yeah, I know. You really can't add much to it. You haven't added anything to it at all.
Okay. Sunny, was de-escalating the situation possibly not an option here? Because I noticed there were other police on the side, so...
Yeah, the de-escalation magic bean. It's a little pixie dust that you just throw out. And you sprinkle it. And all of a sudden, all the people wanting to hurt each other stop having those kind of thoughts. Yeah, that's how it works. The magic de-escalation. It's this tactic that people pull out and they say, why didn't he de-escalate? But de-escalate is not an action verb. I want to know what the police officer would do to de-escalate. Tell me what the officer should do.
You know, what's your thought about this?
Well, you know, Don Lemon and I are dear, dear friends, and we've been dear friends for a long time.
We don't care, lady. Just tell us what your views are on Ma'Khia Bryant.
And dear friends oftentimes disagree. And Don is wrong here. You know, my question is, you know, why is deadly force always the first order of business? And especially the first order of business when it comes to black and brown people in this country.
Well, why was trying to stab a girl in that pink the first thought that came to Ma'Khia Bryant's head? Why was that her first tactic? Why didn't she do something to de-escalate? Like not stab somebody?
I mean, when is it okay and why is it okay? We shouldn't live in a country, quite frankly, where it's acceptable for the police to shoot a 16-year-old 4 times in the chest over a fight.
Over a fight. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. Over a fight. That's all it was. Just a fight. Come on. You've had schoolyard fights before. This is just like one of those.
Goes from 0 to execution very, very quickly.
Good, because he needed to do it very, very quickly. Or guess what? The girl in the pink would have possibly died. The officer's quick actions are exactly what was needed here. If he had waited a little bit longer, how much? Half a second? Who knows what would have happened to the girl in the pink? Her last name is Bonner, by the way. I forget her first name.
When there is a black or brown person involved. That is just the truth. And Don is comparing this case to the case of George Floyd, okay? George Floyd was 46 years old. You have an officer kneeling on his neck for, 9 minutes and 26 seconds. She was 16 years old in foster care. Yes, she was yielding a knife, but there were other girls also allegedly attacking her.
Well, okay, but the police arrived. Whatever it was happening, that's not a good time to try to attack somebody with a knife. And we saw the videotape. At the time when the police pulled up, they were not attacking her. Okay, you are lying. Because you saw the video. Why are you lying? Because you so desperately want this to be the police's fault. And even in the case where a police officer opened fire and saved the life of a black female, you still so desperately want the police to be at fault that you're going to now make a claim that Ma'Khia Bryant here was being attacked at the time. That's bullshit. And by the way, why do we always have to compare these events with others? Why can't we just look at the Ma'Khia Bryant shooting on its own merits? What took place? What were the officer's choices? Did he make the right choice? What would have happened if he didn't? Why do we have to bring up George Floyd? Which really has almost no bearing, no resemblance to anything that took place with Ma'Khia Bryant.
Let's compare apples to apples. Let's compare this young girl, 16 years old or 17 years old, to other 17-year-olds. Let's compare her to Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, gee. Okay, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. All right. Oh, he went out looking for Kyle Rittenhouse stuff, and he's found it, and he's going to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. No, actually, no. I really did honestly was looking for Ma'Khia Bryant information. Then she just brought up Kyle, so I was as surprised as anybody else.
Video was taken 15 minutes before Rittenhouse allegedly shot and killed 2 people. You know what officers did? He was carrying an assault weapon. The video shows.
Okay, and if Ma'Khia Bryant was only carrying a knife, they wouldn't have shot her.
The police shared water with him.
Like, the police sharing water with him has no bearing on anything.
And thanked him for his presence. Also, after the shooting, he was able to leave the scene. Even though, caught on video, he walked towards police with his hands up as protesters yelled that he had shot people.
Now, did Ma'Khia Bryant walk towards the police with her hands up? No, she didn't. What did she do? Well, unlike Kyle Rittenhouse, she attacked somebody with the police right there. The police took action. If Kyle had tried to shoot somebody with the police right there, they might have done something about it. We will never know.
Let's also compare him to the Atlanta shooter, Robert Aaron Long. He was taken into custody without incident. And you know what the officer said that arrested him? The captain, that he was having a really bad day.
Right, I heard that comment, and frankly, I think it was taken out of context. Long was taken into custody without any problem because he gave himself up. Ma'Khia Bryant did not. And that is a crucial distinction between these cases here. Ma'Khia Bryant did not act the appropriate way when the police arrived. These other guys did.
How about comparing him to Dylan Roof? In June of 2015, he killed 9 churchgoers. He was treated so kindly by police that he was taken to a Burger King.
Yeah, and that's a lie. Yeah, that did not happen. You know what? You have to be informed. If you're going to get on one of these shows, this is a national show, you should be informed. That did not happen.
So was de-escalation a possibility here in this case? Not with this black girl.
No, it was probably not an option because there wasn't time. The police pulled up. She attacked somebody immediately. They had to take quick action here. There was no de-escalation possibility here. Take a look at the video. I mean, it's obvious that police could not have done anything to de-escalate the situation. Maybe they could have tackled her. Well, okay, you want to tackle somebody with a knife? You go on ahead. I ain't doing it. No, hell no. Come out there with a big old knife sticking out of your gut. It's on you. I'm not doing it.
Not at all.
All right, so Megan, when you saw this, what ran through your mind when you saw the footage?
I agree with Don Lemon. Don Lemon did not text me. I don't have that kind of relationship with him, apparently. But I
a little gripey there.
will say I want to think about the girl in the pink jumpsuit in this scenario. She was about to be stabbed. And again, I don't know enough about police, protocol, but I know that had she been able to successfully stab the girl, she possibly could have hit an artery. She possibly could have killed the girl herself. I thought many things, too. I thought, where are the parents in this situation in foster care? Because after she was shot, a parent runs out and screams, "You shot my baby." Where was the parent to try and de-escalate the situation?
Where was the parent to de-escalate the situation? It was the person trying to kick the girl that was laying on the ground. That was the de-escalation technique he was using.
or the foster care parent at the time in the beginning. This is hard for me to talk about because much like as it's hard for Joy to talk about, the way I was raised is to respect authority, is to respect police officers, to respect law enforcement. I have a lot of friends who are in the military and who also are police officers.
I bet the View people are just bristling right now. Oh, respect authority. God, that's racist.
But working on this show and then experiencing what I've experienced, as all Americans have the past few years, no one without two brain cells in their head can't understand that the police tend to treat African Americans and people of color a different way than they do white people. And it's just a fact we're all trying to reconcile and come to terms with. But when you have people like LeBron James posting pictures of this police officer before it has been adjudicated and litigated, you're also putting that police officer's life in danger. And I would like more killing to stop in this country and violence to stop. I understand everything Sunny is saying. I hear you loud and clear. I just disagree in this situation because I think that she was about to stab another girl, and I think the police officer did what he thought he had to do. And I do think, if I am wrong and I haven't seen enough videotape, this will be adjudicated in court, and hopefully we will find out the truth. But this one is harder for me, and if there's one thing I learned from the Me Too movement, it's that I'm going to take everything by case situation, and I don't think that everything is always comparable.
Oh, you're killing them with that. The whole idea of conflating all these different events into one and treating them all as if they're the same is the strategy of the Black Lives Matter movement. And to say, well, we're going to take a look at these individually, we're going to judge this case on its own merits, that's anathema to these people.